everyone, welcome to another Saturday tutorials. Today we're just making some quick and easy cards, showing you how to use a single paper collection to just layer a few elements together and make a quick card. So for our first card, we're using the Papericious Indie Chick collection. This is a very gorgeous paper collection with some fabulous colors and some die cut elements. So for this one, we have chosen this paper as our base and just cut out a piece. So this card, we are making an 8x6 card. So the base piece from our pattern paper is about half an inch lesser. So that's 5.5 by 7.5. So we've cut our base with this paper. This is the die cuts provided in the paper pack. So we've fussy cut all our elements and then chosen the elements that we want to use for this card. Apart from that, this is another paper in the paper pack and we love the details. What we like to do is cut out these individual squares and these half squares and rectangles and use them in our project. So for our card as well, we've just cut a few colors to go with the card. Apart from that, for this card, we are also using some Papericious lace. So the one in the leaf pattern, we've just cut out a bunch, and the feather chipboards which go very well with the Indie Chick collection. So we've chosen 2 feathers. To color our feathers, we're using the Dots acrylic paint in the blueberry color for this card. This one will be used for our second card, so we'll show you that when we get on to that. So these are all the elements for our first card. Now we're also going to use some picked raspberry distress ink to distress our pieces. So this is a black cardstock cut into 8x6 and then scored in the middle to make our base. So keeping this aside, let's start. Now for this base piece, the first step would be to distress the edges. With that done, let's adhere it onto our base. I'm just going to use some tape runner, but you could use any tape or glue that you have. Leaving a nice border on all 4 sides. Let's get this down. So that forms the base of our card. Now for this one, we're just quickly putting all these elements together. So this is going to be our focal point, so let's distress this as well. Let's quickly just slightly distress these cut squares. And now let's color our feathers. A little bit of the acrylic paint. Okay, with that done, now we're going to give this a raised effect since this is going to be the focal point. So for that, what we do is just use some leftover chipboard and glue it onto this piece. So that's going to give it a nice raised effect. First, let's play around and just see where everything looks good before really gluing it down. So this lace we're using, although it's like a leaf pattern, but it's an abstract, so it also appears like feathers. So this is going to go well with our card. So just assemble and just play around to see what looks good where. So all this looks good. So let's quickly just start gluing it down. Now it's all up to you about where you want to give the depth and dimension and how do you want to glue these things down together. So we are going to use both foam adhesive as well as the glue to get all our pieces down. So that's our completed card. As you can see, really quick and easy when you have all your elements in place, and all you do is just glue them all down together. So everything in sync, and that's how we like it. So it's a vibrant, colorful card with a lot of going in there, but the message being very simple and clear, make it happen. So that's our completed first card. Now for the second card, using Heartfelt Creations and the Flowering Dogwood collection. So again, this paper pack has some amazing paper in it, and what we've done is we've used a single sheet to cut out 6 by 6 squares, as well as the sheet with the die cut elements, and we've just cut out a tag from that particular sheet. So for this one, we're making a square shaped card, and that's 6 by 6. What we've done is we've cut a 6 by 6 sheet and trimmed it down from the corners just about 1/4 inch. So that's going to be our first layer, and we've taken another 6 by 6 piece and trimmed it down slightly more to form our second layer. So for this one, we're using 3D handmade flowers. So we've used the same Flowering Dogwood collection, stamped, cut and shaped our flowers, and those are all ready. Apart from that, we're also using one of the Regal Borders die, and this is the tag that we've cut from the paper pack, as well as this sentiment here from the paper pack, just a note. So to begin this card, we want to give this a nice distressed look. So first, we're going to use Mode Lawn Distress ink and ink the edges. So now, using the scissors, we're just going to give it like a nice distressed look. So just roughen the edges of the paper with the blade of the scissors. So now let's stick our first layer again with the tape runner. Leaving a nice border on all the 4 sides. We get this piece in place. Now that's our second layer, and now we're just going to sort of give it some raise over here with the foam tape. This one goes on to the first layer, so that gives us some nice dimension, and we're just going to add some string to the tag. And to this, we're also going to add our sentiment here because we want it to dangle. With that done, we're just going to tie the string. And now again we want to give this some dimension, so we're going to use a chipboard piece and just glue it down. And that will go here. Now we also have this die cut element, and it's up to you. You can just put it over here to add another embellishment, or you could have just pushed it underneath over here, and that also looks good. So now I'm just going to stick it in here, and so I'm just gluing only at the bottom for it to stick in there, and I'm going to push this piece in here. So that can go there. And now all we got to do is arrange our flowers. And I'm just going to start gluing these flowers down. And that's it. We have a great card there, quick and easy. Now for our flowers, the glitter, we used Rajni Chawla's Paper Wishes Crystal Clear. This is an amazing powder, giving us that nice glitter and shine to our flowers, a really nice natural look to them. So we've used that on our leaves and our flower. And now you can see how it's not so difficult to make cards. When you have some basic things, you can just put together everything and quickly create some cards. So here our main intention was to show you how a paper pack could be used, wherein you just cut down the papers from the paper pack, cut out some elements from the paper pack, and quickly create your own cards. So these are the two cards that we've done today. The first one and the second one both have a very different look. One is very vibrant, bright and happy, yet the other one is a very subtle pastely with these delicate flowers there. So instantly we've managed to create two cards. So hope you've really enjoyed this tutorial, and we look forward to seeing your card creations. Do share your creations with us. Use the hashtag dots2lines, hashtag DTL whenever you're uploading. Tag us, and you could also just email it to us, send it on the messenger, wherever. We'd be more than glad to see your creations. Apart from that, don't forget to like, share and subscribe our videos. And until next Saturday, take care, have a great week ahead, and see you soon. Bye bye.